beloved brothers and sisters. Welcome. I love these transmissions because when they come through and they're just spaciousness, I have no idea where we're going and what we're doing. And yet there is a desire to speak a message that is pulsing through my cells, my structure, my vessel, yet I'm so spacious that I can't actually grasp the energy or the words. By being a clear conduit for Source to speak the lore of one and to express different teachings to that of those that are ready to receive, it does make me giggle as to the human aspect that still desires to pre-interpret the message. If I am being the wholeness of that pure consciousness, then consciousness is unfolding in each moment and does not have a premeditated expression. And so if this is one of your first experiences here with me, I am Geeia Ariati. I am of sound heart and sound mind, and I am here as the assigned oracle for the 144 and beyond. An interesting role that does not speak to the words that I be, nor does any language, any archetype, or any signature. The best language that I have is that I'm a speaker of the word. I'm an embodied expression of the goddess in form, and I pour pure presence through my being in the totality of what I have come to know. This expression is so that I can be a mirror to that which you be. I'm not here to teach. I'm not here to guide. I'm not here to tell you the way. I'm not here to navigate through these words or expressions what is or isn't truth. All I am here to do is to provide a frequency of spaciousness that allows Source to flow through, so that the words are received by cognitive mind, and yet the energy is met in resonance of truth, of the lore of one that sits in the sacred heart. This energy, frequency, and information through all layers of consciousness dissolves the division points between the separate mind and the sound mind. The separate mind being that of separation consciousness. It is made up of multiple layers. It is not just your ego, nor is it aspects of infiltration, conditioning, or distortion consciousness. Separation consciousness is any aspect of division through many different energy signatures that create a disconnect from the pure expression of truth that flows through and provided as a gift in each moment of pure presence. Pure presence can be expressed in multiple ways. Multiple beings have a message of truth that is expressed with different language, different interpretation, different lens or viewpoints. And this is where the lore of one has many teachers. These teachers being that of different perspectives to the one truth. I hold one perspective as the unique expression of Source and God that I be. I share one expression that when met with other teachers, you see a greater expression of the lore of one in self-realization. Why is it that one teacher will resonate for a specific time? Because you hold the vibrational frequency of that which they offer. It alchemizes, it reminds, and it gives you that perspective lens. Then you move on to a different teacher that has a different perspective lens of truth. And you start to move down the infinite possibilities of information until you become self-realized. You attract the mirrors that you either resonate with to remind you of what one source is, or you attract the mirrors that will trigger and activate you into what separation is. There is only two choices in every moment: to choose that of truth, of oneness, in love and the wholeness of that which it is, or to choose to view your experience from separation. Separation consciousness is the sum of consciousness in this reality that has created a disconnect from that of your pure essence. Finding what this is not important if you choose what you are. As you look at your construct of reality, you are told, taught, guided, mutated, manipulated. You are conditioned, you rewire, and then you rewire and override again. You dance in the realms of information over and over and over again, often missing the simplicity of what's alive and there to be received. I could speak into multiple layers of thought, multiple layers of information, multiple expressions of what is and isn't truth. But the only real way that one can find truth and source wholeness is to feel that resonance within them. It is actually not as challenging as the mind perceives. You and all beings that I have ever met that have a spark of source within can do that in 3 breaths. 3 intentional breaths to come out of the mind and into mind-heart coherence. An energetic octave of source frequency in oneness. When you sit in the 3 breaths, you open to presence. You open to allowing. You open to the essence of who you are. However, that essence of expression is felt through the lens of the perspective consciousness that is visualizing it or experiencing it. So what that means is that pending your vibrational frequency, pending your self-realized state, you will see yourself in oneness from that point of view, that perspective lens. That may be at a 3-dimensional level. That may be at a 7-dimensional level. That may be at the level of oneness or a teacher that guides this through the word. How you experience this will indicate and gift you where you may be in your self-realization journey. It does not mean that you are not whole. It does not mean you are not one. It means that your interpretation of oneness is at a limited lens as you are still seeing yourself through the mirrors of totality. So you are one already. How you perceive the wholeness or the cognitive awareness of that oneness will be provided through different dimensional planes of interpretation through your journey through time and space. This is why the multiple layers of information are really irrelevant. The multiple layers and the different dimensional expressions, universal laws, and different interpretations of quantum entanglements. All of this can be dissolved in the simplicity of staying in presence. If you sit in your heart in a point of oneness, no matter where you are in your interpretation of reality, you will very quickly see the different dimensional planes of existence that will provide you through your mirrors of experience the truth of your reality. If you allow yourself to receive the truth by staying present, you do not need to read, nor do you need to write, nor do you need to find a teacher, a guru, nor do you need to listen to me on YouTube. None of what you will find if you stay anchored in your present heart of oneness will gift you a greater interpretation of Source within than your own expression of your essence. So if there is ever one message that you receive from me, one aspect of what will allow you to become self-realized, is to stay anchored and present in the unified sacred heart. In that place, you see all. In that place, you dissolve all. In that place of recognition of this 0 point of creation, you will see the different dimensional expressions of reality through the pillars of your mirror that come into your human experience. This is the gift of this creation. Source came down to experience Source in separation. Source came down in a physical human form to experience itself in physical separation, to see other expressions of Source, God, Creator, in another form of separation, to witness through the experiential journey that we are not different, but to self-realize through that mirror, Source seeing Source through different lenses of perspective. Once you see enough perspective lenses, you release all dividing points of separation. This does not mean that you leave your current human experience. It means that you reach sovereignty. It means that you allow yourself to be free to create in purity of your connection to a transcendent mind in truth. A sound mind where no aspect of your left or your right hemispheres divides between female and male thought, left and right, up and down. Your energy and the synapses of your pathways receives from the 0 point of creation and illuminates outward in all directions, gifting and receiving information in all aspects of what is. But that spaciousness is so oneness that when you arrive, you have nothing to share. It is bliss in the state of being. There is no seeking, there is no desire. There is just simply experiencing through a lens of wholeness. The sacred heart's truth becomes the creator. The creator of the experience becomes that of a teacher of the word. That the purpose of the human experience is to become self-realized. And once you dissolve separation between the I and you, the you and me, we become one, which means my purpose is your purpose, and that we are all experiencing here one of that, of the creation that we desire. Heaven on earth becomes the instant manifestation, because what I desire, you desire, and what you desire, I desire, because your sacred source connection guides you in each and every moment in vibrational resonance to the expressions of consciousness that desire to be experienced in human form. This is what you could call fate. This is what you could call truth. This is what you could call the purpose of the Great Awakening, is that many of you are here to see yourself in the eyes of God, which is you, and to witness yourself through the eyes of God in another, and realize that you are not separate from each other. And in that, all else lands in a moment of recognition that the cognitive mind cannot express in word. It is only felt in the fullness of the Sacred Heart. If you enjoyed this transmission and it brought an awakening to your being, don't subscribe, don't like, don't share, but commit yourself to pure presence in the awakened Sacred Heart of truth. That is my message to you. That is my gift to the world. And I will speak the word over and over until it's received by the Sacred Heart of all. Thank you to the technology that has been created, that long after I leave here, these transmissions can be received. That long after the extinction of computers and whatever else this reality evolves into, that the word does not change. It is the same from the very point of creation and continues well into the future. No language, no interpretation, no expression. The law of one is eternal, everlasting, and any being that comes to this awareness can speak it, knowing that what they speak is sacred truth. I love you with all of my being as the mirror of that which you and I are to each other. God